My child, stop scrolling for a moment and listen carefully to me. This is not random. This is not another ordinary video passing through your screen. Heaven pulled you here on purpose, out of every distraction surrounding your life tonight, out of every voice competing for your attention, out of every path your mind could have followed. You stopped here, and your spirit already feels that something about this moment is different. Your chest feels heavier, your thoughts suddenly slowed down. Something inside you became still. That is not coincidence. That is my presence reaching for you, my child. You have no time left to keep ignoring what your soul has been feeling. For too long you have brushed away the signs. For too long you kept saying, later, I'll pray later, I'll change later, I'll think about God later. But heaven did not bring you here tonight for later. Heaven brought you here because the moment your soul has been circling around has finally arrived. And if you walk away from this moment again, something meant to reach your life may begin to drift away. Listen carefully. I am not speaking to frighten you. I am speaking because I love you too deeply to stay silent while your destiny stands at the edge of change. My child, the enemy fought hard to keep you from this moment. You thought the exhaustion was only stress. You thought the confusion was only emotion. You thought the heaviness inside your spirit was only tiredness. But there's been a deeper battle happening around your life. A silent war, a spiritual war. The enemy feared you would hear my voice clearly tonight. He feared your eyes would land on these words. He feared your heart would finally wake up after being surrounded by distraction for so long. That is why everything around you has felt so noisy lately. That is why your mind has felt overwhelmed. That is why peace has felt difficult to hold on to. Every time breakthrough moved closer, confusion increased. Every time healing approached, distraction appeared. Every time you tried to move closer to me, something pulled your attention away again. That was not random. The enemy has been terrified of what happens when you finally hear me clearly, because once truth enters your spirit, the chains around your mind begin to weaken. Once my presence reaches your heart, fear begins to lose its grip. Once your eyes open spiritually, darkness can no longer hide inside confusion, and tonight, something inside you beginning to awaken again. My child, heaven has been trying to reach you for longer than you realize. I whispered to you in quiet moments. I reached toward you through sudden feelings you could not explain. I tugged at your spirit during sleepless nights. I touched your heart through moments of unexpected peace. I tried to slow you down before you walked further into exhaustion. But you kept telling yourself, later. And little by little your soul became tired. Not because I abandoned you, but because you kept carrying battles that were never meant for your shoulders. I watched you pretend to be okay. I watched you smile while your thoughts quietly collapsed inside. I watched you carry pressure that nobody around you fully understood. I watched you cry privately because you did not want anyone to see how exhausted you really felt. And heaven saw every moment, every hidden tear, every anxious night, every silent breakdown. My child, you are not weak for feeling tired. You have been fighting battles you could not even see. And yet despite everything trying to pull you away from me, you are still here tonight. That matters more than you realize. My child, there are spiritual moments that do not arrive twice in the same way. Moments when heaven draws unusually close. Moments when your spirit suddenly becomes aware that something important is happening around your life. Moments when your heart feels pulled toward change even while fear tells you to stay the same. This is one of those moments. The window over your life is open right now. A sacred window, a holy interruption, a divine opportunity for a healing, clarity, restoration, and breakthrough. and your spirit already feels the weight of it. That is why your emotions feel stirred. That is why your thoughts suddenly feel exposed. That is why something inside your chest feels heavy and peaceful at the same time. My child, that is my presence surrounding you. I am touching the places inside you that have been numb for too long. The places hidden beneath distraction. The places buried beneath survival mode. The places silently crying, God, I need help. And heaven is responding. But listen carefully now. Blessings tied to divine timing cannot be treated casually. This moment matters. Your response matters. Your willingness to stay matters. Your willingness to listen matters. Too many times you felt my pull and walked away. Too many times you delayed your surrender. Too many times you silenced your spirit with distraction because facing truth felt uncomfortable. But tonight heaven is saying, no more delay. My child, the heaviness you have been feeling is deeper than you thought. You believed it was only stress, only exhaustion, only emotional pressure. But there has been spiritual warfare surrounding your life. The enemy has been attacking your peace because he fears your future. He saw the blessing approaching before you did. He sensed the breakthrough getting closer. He recognized the shift happening around your life, and because of that, he intensified the attack. When peace tried to enter your life, chaos suddenly appeared. When hope started rising, discouragement followed. When clarity approached, confusion filled your thoughts. When you tried to move closer to me, distraction became louder than ever. That was not random. The enemy has been trying to exhaust you emotionally, so you would stop listening spiritually, because a tired spirit becomes easier to mislead. A distracted heart becomes easier to control. A numb soul becomes easier to pull away from truth. But listen carefully to me now. You survived attacks that were meant to destroy you. You survived seasons that should have broken you completely. You survived nights where your mind became a battlefield, and despite every attempt to silence your spirit, you are still here, still listening, still searching, still hoping. My child, that means darkness failed. My child, you keep believing you are far from breakthrough, far from healing, far from peace, far from purpose. But the intensity of the battle around you is proof that something important is getting closer. The enemy does not attack empty futures. He attacks dangerous destinies. He attacks people carrying purpose. He attacks hearts that are close to awakening. That is why your spirit has felt pressure lately. That is why small things suddenly felt overwhelming. That is why your emotions became unstable without explanation. That is why your mind became exhausted. Because something inside the unseen realm recognized that your breakthrough was approaching. My child, the enemy feared this exact moment. He feared you would hear my voice clearly. He feared you would stop believing his lies. He feared your spirit would awaken again. He feared you would finally realize that you are not abandoned. And tonight, his fear is becoming reality. Because your spirit is beginning to remember who you are. You are not forgotten. You are not cursed. You are not abandoned. You are not too broken to heal. You are not too lost to restore. Heaven still knows your name. So tonight, do not walk away from this moment again. Do not silence your spirit again. Do not ignore the stirring inside your chest again. This is not just emotion. This is not just another message. This is heaven reaching into your life with urgency, because your future still matters. Your destiny still matters. Your healing still matters. Your purpose still matters. And despite everything that tried to bury your spirit, you are still alive inside. My child, I am still here. Still reaching for you. Still calling your name. Still fighting for your heart. still protecting you from things you cannot see, still opening doors you thought were permanently closed, still holding blessings your soul has almost given up on. And one day, we'll look back at this season and realize that heaven never stopped fighting for you. Not during the confusion, not during the exhaustion, not during the loneliness, not during the nights you almost gave up emotionally. I was there through all of it, and I am still here now, closer than your fear, closer than your anxiety, closer than the darkness surrounding your thoughts. So breathe deeply tonight. Let the noise slow down. Let your spirit become still. And let heaven finally reach the places inside you that have been crying for peace. And if these messages continue bringing peace and clarity into your spirit, stay with us on this journey of faith. Subscribe and continue walking with God through these moments of healing, awakening, and hope. You are never alone.